Association of Citizen Prosecutors, ACP Canada, for immediate release July 1st, 2012, Toronto, Canada. ACP ITCCS Joint Press Release Statement. Citizen Victims Group to commence proceedings at the Federal Court of Canada against the Vatican, the United Church of Canada, the Queen, the Harper Government and Big Pharma for their alleged involvement in widespread conspiracies pertaining to crimes against humanity, genocide and institutional corruption. The first ex parte motion in the matter of Kevin Annett et al. Versus the State of the Vatican Pope Benedict XVI et al. Is set to be argued at the Federal Court in Toronto on Monday, July 9th. A press conference has been scheduled for July 4th at the Federal Court building on Queen Street in Toronto at 1 p.m. For the first time, residential school, church sex abuse and medical cannabis victims join forces in an unprecedented search for justice before opting out of Canada as a nation. See the video Reverend Kevin Annett Public Declaration to the Vatican, the Republic of Canada, Canada. In this video interview with Alfred Lamont Webb, Reverend Kevin Annett discusses a public declaration to Pope Ratzinger and the Vatican, stating that unless specific actions are taken by the Pope and the Vatican by September the 15th, 2012, quote, every known Roman Catholic priest or official who has harmed a child or protected those who have will be publicly named by our network and will be publicly arrested and expelled from their churches, end quote. Kevin Annett, Acting Secretary of the International Tribunal into Crimes of Church and State, or ITCCS, and Jason Bowman, founder of the Association of Citizen Prosecutors, or ACP, are leading fast-growing numbers of Canadian victims in an unprecedented class action challenge in federal court. Representing himself and an undisclosed number of plaintiff applicants, Bowman and his team have obtained a motion hearing date and plan to file secret motion materials on an ex parte basis at the Toronto branch of the Federal Court of Canada in the coming days. Ex parte is a term meaning that all opposing parties are barred access to all court filings and will even be barred from knowing what happens during the hearing in court on July 9th, at least for now or until the court orders otherwise. While certain aspects of this first motion remain under tight wraps, some litigants are speaking out and encouraging more victims to step forward from within Canada and around the world. Quote, this is getting big, it's global. Finally we have a chance to stand together as oppressed citizens and have our day in court. This is our chance to seek justice, end quote, says Erin, a state conspiracy whistleblower, who has exhausted her family's life savings paying for her own legal expenses, which led her nowhere in what she describes as, quote, a travesty of justice. Hard-working, honest folks like us have simply finally had enough. Citizens have the right to seek justice, end quote. Bowman adds, quote, and that's exactly what we set out to do. We intend to seek arrest warrants and are prepared to prosecute accused parties ourselves pursuant to the law. No more judicially perverse games, the time to account has come, end quote. Canadian residents who fall into either category are welcome to make inquiries, since the certification of class participants does not need to be finalised for some time. All participants must have been harmed by state-sponsored wrongdoing. End of press release.